You gotta bring your head in it. You gotta be really close to me. This is my little brother, Pastor Zach.
I'm Zach.
I'm Abby.
And Abigail asked me to come on Facebook Live and give all the entrepreneurs out there financial advice. I actually had the privilege to preach this weekend, and we're operating out of a Christian worldview for all you entrepreneurs that are connected to Abby. And she asked me to just give the high points of this week's message. And the first high point is I will prioritize generosity, understanding that nothing is ours in the first place. Really, everything is God's. So we want to be generous with what God has given us. So how are you doing with that, Abby?
And my point to that was anytime my brother Venmos me for brother fee, I immediately pay.
Yeah.
Right?
So sometimes...
those in need.
Yeah. I'm a youth pastor, so it's awesome.
I support him.
The next point is I will not spend more than I make. So Abigail, do you want to, how's that? Do you want to just be transparent with your audience? And
are you telling me to be authentic with my audience?
yeah, be authentic, be real. People appreciate that. Hey, John.
Man, this is tough. How do you think I do?
I don't think anyone really knows for sure. I will not spend more than I make. Anyway, that's point number 2 for all of you out there.
There was a point. And that is the thermometer of what you're making. You can't judge.
No, this point is very objective.
This is
very objective. You don't spend more than you make.
I'm not spending
on your
more than I
balance,
make.
on your monthly budget, your expenses don't exceed your revenue.
They do not.
Okay, very well.
They don't.
Very easy to measure. Hopefully, yeah. So
that's an easy one. Yeah. Yes.
Number 3, I will attack debt. So.
Yes.
Stay out of debt. If you have debt, make a plan to attack it. Pretty simple.
And
if you're not in debt, run from debt, because debt enslaves you. It puts golden handcuffs on you. Attack debt.
I did attack debt.
Okay.
When I started with Prove It, I was up to my neck in debt. Credit card debt, lots of debt. Paid it all down. Mm-hmm. Got a SEP, got a Roth, paying for Charlotte's education, gonna pay off this house, be a cash payer.
Yeah.
What's up?
Yeah.
Attack
That's great.
it.
The next point is I will practice restraint. So that means this is the whole idea of delayed gratification. As a Christian, we're told to say yes to Jesus and say no to self continually. So really, we need to practice this area of Christianity and our finances by just being disciplined and just acknowledging what every purchase is. We had a really great video this last Sunday. It was called the Marshmallow Experiment. Abby can share that for all of you later. It's awesome. But
no, tell them a little bit about it.
So the Marshmallow Experiment is these little kids are given a marshmallow, and the psychologist conducting this experiment says, if you can wait and you don't eat the marshmallow, then I will bring you back a second marshmallow. And so you see these kids just for about 3 minutes just struggle
so funny.
To not eat the marshmallow, and some of them are rewarded 2 marshmallows. Some of them, now this is like the marshmallow, and they're smelling it, and they're tasting it, and they're eating some of it. It's really awesome. So my question to you, Abby, is could you wait for the second marshmallow?
Yes. Yes. Delayed gratification. Yes. Yes, I could.
Okay.
And I will tell you today, I actually thought about the sermon because I was in Target and I saw 4 books that I wanted. And last month I went to Mardell and I saw 4 books I wanted and I just bought them all. I still haven't read them. So I had them and I was carrying them up to the cash register and I thought about the sermon. And I thought, you know what? I need to go read the 4 books I bought last month before I buy 4 more that are just going to sit on my amazing bookshelf.
She's a scholar, folks. She's a scholar.
And I love the way they look. That's so smart.
Oh gosh, that's terrible.
But I put them back. I put them back.
Yeah. Next point. make a budget, and here it is. Give every dollar a name. So I love this illustration. A lot of times when we're making our budget, we're always looking in the rearview mirror, watching where all our money went. Instead of that, we got to look in the windshield and find out where every dollar is going to go. So make a budget and actually stick to it. How's that going?
How's that going?
Abby, do you have a budget? Okay, that speaks for itself. We'll just move on to the next point. She's going to work on that.
Wait. Well, my dad just took over my oversight. This is scary stuff. I actually let him see what I'm spending now and bringing in, which is horrifying.
Well, that's great.
It is good. It's accountability.
Because half a budget is being accountable.
Yeah,
so
I am accountable.
So she has some kind of accountability in her life.
But I told him,
great.
Don't ever ask me about my hair again. Yeah. Don't, Dad, because it's my brand and it's part of my business.
Yeah.
So
as is mine.
QuickBooks, though. I am using QuickBooks and assigning every dollar, but it's probably what you would call reactionary. Looking at the rearview mirror.
Rather than being proactive.
Yeah.
So be proactive rather than reactive when it comes to budgeting in your finance.
What's a good book or resource that would help people create Dave Ramsey?
Well, let's face it, no one reads books anymore. You guys all read blogs. So I'd encourage you to go follow the Millennial Money Man on Facebook or Twitter. He's a really good financial whiz for all of us millennials and Xers and the Z's someday. So
what are millennials like? Spending money.
Well, we like our avocado toast, so we will never own a home because we like brunch too much and lattes.
We will spend $4 on a latte.
Yeah, which that's another thing we talked about. Do you know your latte factor? So a really cool thing you can do is you can go to Google and you can type in latte factor calculator, and you can enter in whatever your guilty pleasure is. So if it's a latte at Starbucks for $4.40, if you do that every single day for your working career, it's only costing you $120,000 over your working career. So, I mean, if you're okay with that, by all means, but
Buzzkill.
Yeah. So,
most of us do keto cream in our coffee, and we get our product free. So we don't need the latte factor. That's also a lot of calories if you add that up over the year. What's next, Zach?
Yeah. Are we talking about stewarding your financing or stewarding your calories?
Sorry, back to your topic.
The last point is we just challenge people to choose simplicity over extravagance. So, I mean, the question is really, what do you need? Living excessively is, just. You think about how many people are in the world and how many people are in need, and if we could choose to live simplicity, choose a life of simplicity rather than a life of extravagance, we have the opportunity to bless a lot of people. So those were the 6 points, the 6 decisions. And you can go watch this sermon too online at lcc.tv.
Plug.
Yeah.
I love it.
Abigail's blood
is
in me. Colin Seigers. What is up, dude?
Live simplicity.
Man.
I want to speak to this because I think this is really important, especially in the community-based marketing world. Yes, it's a lifestyle. It's lifestyle attraction. But like for all of those of you improve it, who may hit that 6, settle in on that is my advice. Make sure you're qualifying before you go get a car. Make sure it's comfortable and you won't go back. You don't want to put that pressure on yourself. That's just my opinion, and to try and stay out of things where you're making payments on things, cover the debt, stretch yourself a little with lifestyle, but I just a little bit, y'all know what I'm saying. But don't get handicapped. Don't get up to your neck in debt or payments that if things went away tomorrow, you'd be in trouble.
I would also just advise you, maybe don't take your financial advice from my sister. But, she's really good at what she does as well, so
I'm good.
But also, don't
good at
take your
making
financial
money.
advice from us. Go study for yourself what the Word of God says in Proverbs. So, peace out. I gotta go.
This guy. All right, y'all. Thanks for joining in.